What's up, YouTube? Keeping it a Benji, and I'm getting back with y'all. Now we got another reaction we finna get through and break down. We got Sharp in the No Jumper News, and Sharp pretty much shutting down Trap Lord Ross. Now, if y'all been keeping up with the whole campaign on how I feel about Trap Lord Ross, then y'all already know. But we gonna lock in and see how Sharp give Trap Lord Ross a piece of his mind. So let's go.
On American soil, and Sharp and them don't respect what you do because
I respect you as a man because I don't know, you could be a good family man. You can take care of a lot of business in your actual life, and I applaud you for that. Mm-hmm. But I just kind of find it hard that motherfuckers that ain't never really been in street politics or ever really got outside and seen what's going on to make some of these in-depth documentaries is wild. You know what I'm saying? I would respect it if you even been yeah, I didn't come from that, but I get out here and I get into the wave with people. I get to see what's going on. People can see. Go ahead.
Is there a difference between his documentaries and Flacco's documentaries? No. Because neither one of them...
No, it's all similar.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, same page. Okay.
Now, see, I believe that was Josh speaking, right? And that was really a weird statement to even throw in the conversation because Sharp ain't never been in favor or came out and defended or been in promoting of Flacco and his approach about the streets neither. So I feel like that was kind of weird for Josh to even put that or insert that in the conversation to try to make it seem like it was about a color, which is what I gathered from it. He was trying to, is it okay if Flacco do it because he's black and Trap Lord Ross is not because he's white? When it's not about that. It's an environment situation. Either you're a part of this environment or you're not.
Same page.
I throw them both in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? I just feel it's hard to respect somebody's opinion because we could just call it opinions or theories or hypotheticals, whatever, right? It's hard to respect them when somebody ain't never came from that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never really got to see where motherfuckers is going hungry and why they even got a trap. Do you even know what trap means? And you got Trap Lord in your motherfucking name. You know what I'm saying?
That was a great point. And I'm glad that Sharp pointed that out. Let's see what Trap Lord Ross responds about that.
That shit matters to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Trap, nigga. You know what trap means? Niggas been doing that shit for a long time. People get killed over it. People lose their families. People go to jail. Shit. It's a lot of things that happen behind it. I'm just going to say, if you're going to make them type of in-depth documentaries on me, get your motherfucking ass outside, bro. Get outside and see what's going on. That way you can put...
And see, one of my thoughts on that is that Trap Lord Ross do all these documentaries to pretty much... whether it's his intent on purpose in a negative way or he just doing it for great content or art or whatever, he pretty much be bringing down that community that he pretty much tries to mimic for the further of his own fame or being accepted in the community, because Trap come from that same community that he kind of helped bring down when he be bashing them. He doesn't do no 4-hour documentary on the good and the positive or all the accomplishments or showing a storyline of where these people made it through so much and was able to be successful. He make his documentaries based upon a lot of negativity and about a lot of theories, and he be trying to use the word factual in situations where it's really just a theory or an opinion, and he put it out there like it's a fact. So that's even more of a bashing towards whatever or whoever his documentaries be about.
A real insight to it and not just be like the rest of the critics and try to gather up information wherever you can get it from and place it there. Fuck anybody else telling the story. Get out there and see what it is.
How does that make you feel that Sharp don't respect your craft?
Well,
he respect you as a man, but not as
It's not that I don't respect his craft. I don't respect what he's putting out because it's not really him. He don't know. He ain't never came from that shit. He don't even know what that shit feel like. Boy, that shit full of a lot of pain, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? A lot of sorrow. And painting people, we don't know what Von done did, man. Let that man sleep. Why go throwing alarm clocks in graveyards? I hate that shit.
Do you think about Von's kids got to watch the documentary one day?
Well, the thing is, it's like Von's kids have got to listen to Von's music.
And you know, that was a great question, and that was a great statement by Sharp and a question by the other co-host. So, you know, let's see how he responds.
Music where he's talking about he's got 7 bodies already, right? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but like really, like my thing is like I kind of respect where you're coming from, Sharp, because I don't disagree with you. Like I don't claim that I'm from the streets. Like I don't claim.
I know you don't.
I don't present myself like, yo, I'm from Chicago and I really know what's going on in Chicago from being involved in that shit.
Right.
Like my perspective, and I feel like where I'm trying to come from is truly as like a fan of rap music. So like with the Von documentary, like I didn't set out to be like, yo, I'm going to put dirt on Von's name because I don't like Von or anything like that. Like I really approached that documentary from the perspective of like, I'm a fan of Von's music. I done heard every Von lyric there is, every Von feature. Like I've been a super fan of Von from back when he was alive doing his thing, right? So like for me, my thing is, it's like, if these songs, like Von is a Billboard charting artist, okay? He's a mainstream artist. Like, he don't come from the streets and the most, you know, dangerous, difficult background that you could possibly imagine, but he actually made it to the point where he's making songs on the Billboard charts. And so for me, it's like, I don't claim to be from the streets, but I am a fan, and like, I'm good at research. Like, I don't claim to be in the streets with the gangs, but I do claim to be like, if it's Google, I'm gonna find some shit out on Google that the next person might not be able to find out, right?
Fuck Google, bro. Get out in the streets and find out. Go get around some of the people he was actually around. Go be around them. Try to get around his mom, like try to get around some of his family members. Try to go more in depth. Anybody can hop on Google. My son can hop on fucking Google and type in.
And you know, I don't want to take away from some of the points that Trap Lord Ross is actually making. However, you know, it really still stands on the route that Sharp is taking. You know, it's like, yeah, anybody can piece things together and gather what's put out there. But it's a big difference from getting right there to the sources. You know, getting right there, rubbing shoulders, shaking hands, right then and there, like getting to understand on some of that stuff. Now, it might be truthful or maybe not. Because you will never know the truth unless you was first-hand knowledge, first there, like you was there personally yourself, you know? If not, then you just got to catch everything second-hand, third-hand, fourth-hand, or however you know, find out.
Fucking what happened, what do they feel about Von? I'm saying, if you're going to put out that type of shit, put some accuracy to it, homie. Like, get out there and know what goes on.
Did any of that money that you made go to Von's family?
Well, did any of the money that Von's made, like, go to the victims of the people that he allegedly killed?
And see, that was a good question that the co-host asked Trap Lord Ross as well. You know, because for you to be a big fan of him and for you to capitalize off of him and you just so Von crazed, I would believe that you would possibly, you know, show some type of love, you know, a token of appreciation for all the awards and accolades you were able to gain, you know, money off of Von, you know. But it seems like every time Trap Lord Ross put a defense up, he tried to defend from an outside perspective. From an outside perspective, that doesn't suit you because you're not a part of that community or that war that Von and the people that he disrespect come from. You know, some people might not agree with it or like it, family members and parents, but however, that's a fair combat. You know what I'm saying? That's what you call mutual combat. You're not even a part of that world or that fight, that combat or anything. So when you insert yourself in a situation, you should do the best thing you can to, like, you know, prove that you're not trying to be like tarnishing a person or trying to just bash a person or be, you know, very distasteful. Show some love.
And
know
what
I'm
I
saying?
meant, we're not talking about that.
No,
We're
but
talking
why
about
should
the
it?
money
Why
that
should
you made off of his name.
But why should I? The money that I made is from the research that I did about Von. Like,
Facts.
there's a million videos about Von. This is journalism. It's
Is
like
that a no?
But no, hell no. Like, why is it my responsibility? Why is it my
Why would it?
responsibility?
I don't feel like it be journalism. I think sometimes y'all go like borderline bashing. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like you bash that
And I'm glad that Sharp said that word, because that's one of the words that I've been saying, you know?
person, like legend bash. Like, you know what I'm saying, you're bashing their legacy. You know what I'm saying, in a sense. Because like you said, shit, yeah, his kids gonna listen to them lyrics. We all know this, bro. And maybe you don't. See, that's the problem. I'm expecting you to know some shit that you don't.
Sure.
Like, there's a lot of cap in people's rap. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people might say certain things. Hey, he caught 7 bodies, never caught a body in their life. He might even be telling, let me speak.
Of course, yeah,
he
go
might
ahead.
be telling a story. You know how many niggas will pick up the next nigga's story and tell it like they own? You ever had somebody do that to you?
And shit,
and you find the
it's
fuck out
music
that this
every
wasn't
day.
even you. You're really talking about your homeboy the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But this music be impactful, so they'll write it like that. Like, nah, it ain't gonna sound hard if I attempted to try to knock a nigga off. It's gonna sound hard if I got 7 bodies already up under my belt.
So you saying Von was all cap?
Not saying it was all cap, but I can tell you that in rap, and maybe in a lot of his, it could have been inflated.
Well, this is the
was
thing, though.
past
Did you
rap,
watch
though.
Did you watch the Von documentary, or do you actually see the whole thing? You watch it?
Watch pieces of it, yes.
So, like, my thing was, I'm not trying to snitch on Von, but like Von has multiple lyrics where he says, I got 7 bodies. He says that, and everybody said Von was the realist. Von is no capping. And so the point of my video wasn't necessarily to like put dirt on his name. It was really to just like investigate, say, is Von capping? When Von says he's got 7 bodies, like, who are the 7 bodies that people say Von killed? Let's look into them. Let's look up the lyrics that Von has. Let's look up the tweets that Von made around the time of the murders. And it's like, let's look up the tweets that Von made around the time of the murders. And it's like, that's facts. Like, we can't deny that. It seems like Von really killed those people. He's tweeting about killing them.
Like, or we know.
Well, this is the thing.
And I'm glad that Sharp caught him on that, because that's the whole point that I always be pointing out when it comes to Trap Lord Ross or a 1090 Jag or a Poetic Flacco. It's like, are you making all these documents and putting your work together based upon what something seems like, or is you speaking on facts? And if you just don't have the facts, then be mindful on how you deliver those statements and all the stuff you deliver.
We got police reports.
Seems like it, or we know. You seem like a man that likes things black and white, not in gray areas. Can we say that he killed these people, Trap Lord, or no?
I think we can say it's very likely he did.
We can think, right? That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
He still can't even be a man or just be stand up or be honorable. Just say that you put great work together and do great work in the form of a theory and opinion. Quit trying to make it seem like you're doing great work in the form of like you're solving cases, or you directly involved, or you got the scoop that just so many other people don't have. Just be, either you know this to be a fact or you don't. You know, be honest. But the fact that it's hard for a person to be honest about them not actually knowing the truth is because it's an insecurity that they're battling. You know, that's how I feel about all of them. Trap Lord Ross, 1090 Jag, Poetic Flacco. It's like something that they're battling with within their self, to where they just can't put it out there in the form of like, this what I think, this what I believe, this what I, just like, come on.
Bro, like, that's the whole point of like.
That's not a no.
No, but like we're
It's
sat
not
here
concrete.
talking about Von now, right? Like, we're sat here speculating on it. Like, there's. So my thing is like, I'm in pursuit of the truth, right? And yeah, you're right. Like, we might never know 100% definitively true whether or not Von killed those people. But at the same time, like, I'm looking for the truth. I'm looking to get as close as possible by looking at the tweets, the lyrics, the police reports,
But
to get as close as possible to the truth. Because why not?
Is to be around people that know him.
But the thing is, bro,
His sister,
That's
his
getting
mom.
intimate with
Who
you.
knows Von more than Von?
His kid's mom is Dirt.
let's be real though. Let's be real.
No, but good.
Who knows Von more than Von?
That's
So
a great ass point. Who knows Von more than Von? And guess what? That shit died with that man.
But
Rest
Von
in
said he
peace.
did it though.
We got his tweets and his lyrics. Von said he did it, bro.
Yeah.
When Von was alive, the whole thing was Von is not capping.
Now, Flacco is sounding like a nerd. The reason why Flacco is turning into a nerd about that, because anybody can say what they want to say. You know? It's about what you can actually get to the bottom of and you can actually prove. And you guys are putting up these documentaries and putting tweets and comments and songs that have been going on for years prior to King Von passing. So when you sit on there and say that you know it to be a fact, but you got people that like pretty much dislike Von that say like they know the truth and some of those things just is not true. Some of the other people with Von that's with his friends and stuff that's on the same side as Von say some things is this but some things is not true. And then you have the people that do the best research, more than 1090 Jake, more than Trap Lord Ross, and more than Poetic Flacco. And that's called the law enforcement. You know, they have all those agencies, all those buildings, all that unlimited resource and financing, and they just for some reason couldn't necessarily be able to prove Von to be a guilty guy for all of those things that he allegedly had to be tweeting about. So y'all feel like he did it because he said it. That's crazy, because if you're going to take his word for that, then you got to take his word against everything. That's what I be saying. It's like people pick and choose stuff just so it can fit their narrative.
Really is about this stuff. And like, this stuff really happened. This is the thing. I feel like you got to remember, it's like, don't you feel like it's kind of disrespectful for you to deny like these people that actually got killed? Like these are real people who died and their families are looking for answers.
And
by
this was
pretending
2012
that
though.
Von
Sounds like
was
the police have done a horrible job then.
I do agree with that.
Let's blame
I actually agree with that fully.
Come on, bro.
Bro, Chicago police aren't doing a good job. Like, let's be real.
Can we say this though real quick though?
Have you ever trapped
Sure.
in your life?
I can't say I've ever trapped.
So that's a no.
I can't say I've ever trapped.
See, I'm glad that was a good question right there. You call yourself Trap Lord Ross, but you ain't never trapped. That was perfect. You call yourself Trap Lord Ross, but you ain't never trapped. So why we gotta just take what Von said for verbal validation?
But my name isn't Trapper Ross. It's Trapped Lore Ross. It's
Yeah, Trap
folklore,
Lore. Yeah, I know what it is.
related to
No,
trap.
I'm just asking.
I know exactly
Yeah,
what
I'm
it
saying,
is.
have you ever shot at anybody, right? Or been shot
I
at?
can't say I have.
You ever been with a homie that did something like that?
I've met people that have done that kind of thing. But the thing is, I got to remember though, I'm really not trying to glamorize this lifestyle. Like I say at the start of the video.
But you put the work out there,
That's
though,
exactly
bro.
what's going on, though.
That's the work you put out.
But I think it's
Trap.
someone like Von's music is actually glamorizing. Like he is actually.
And I'm gonna keep it real. Like I'm gonna keep it a Benji. Putting out the music to some degree, it is glamoring. When you do the podcast and the interviews, to a degree, that is glorifying. When you make them documentaries, it go hand in hand the same. So things might not be necessarily the objective to try to glorify, but it does play some level of glorifying. No one's not accountable in that situation. The artist is the artist, the label that distributes the music, the interviewers in them that shed more light, and the people who make these documentaries and stuff and shed way more light. Light. You know what I mean? Everybody got to take accountability on that. We can't just point that like, oh, the rapper only, the music only. It's like, nah. And also, whatever the rapper do, that's their prerogative, that's their choice, that's their lifestyle. They can do what they want to do. When you insert yourself in somebody else's business, lifestyle, environment, ain't got nothing to do with you, you have to be careful on how you do it. You're not a fair player in that game.
Inspiring people
There's
to
a
slide.
lot of motherfuckers that's doing that.
Yeah, I agree.
So we're gonna pick him out of everybody because there were some tweets that may
He
have
done Jacksonville. He done like
There's
a
some
bunch of
tweets
others.
that may alluded to it, or there's some rhymes that may alluded to it,
He
but we don't
tweeted.
actually know. We're gonna go off a motherfucking tweet.
Von tweeted, "I killed 5 GDs."
Before rap too though.
Before rap, 2012, he tweeted
So there's
straight up, "I killed 5 GDs and I shot 10." Like,
There's no
bro,
rap
that's
to-
him. Like,
I'm just-
I can't. Like, that's him saying
I'm
that.
just saying.
I'm just
niggas be
asking
young,
what
they
makes
playing online.
you qualified to even talk about this shit anyway.
Because
He's
I'm
a
a fan.
historian.
I'm a super. This is the thing I feel like people need to understand is like, at no point do I do I say that like I'm a trapper or I'm a gangster. I'm a super fan. Like, I'm one of the biggest fans of Von that you will find, bro. Like, I see people in the comments that are like, oh, I bet you don't even listen to Von like that. Bro, all day long, I'm listening to Von, Youngboy, Dirk. Like, I am the super fan. And the only reason that I'm able to do it at this level is because I'm such a fan. Like, you're good. It's hard to find someone that's a bigger fan of this shit than me. So I feel like if you understand it from that point of view, like, I ain't trapping.
I'm
not
gonna tell
trapping.
you why you inaccurate on that. Biggest fan, homie. I've been in the streets all my life. I'm the biggest fan of street culture, or one of the biggest fans of street culture. Being outside and really being on the pavement. So when you say a fan, no, you observe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have an eye for it. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? You
agree.
You gotta pull for it. But to sit there and say like you the biggest fan of it, I think the niggas that's the biggest fans was the niggas that was really doing it. That was really doing it, bro.
Right.
Really in the mix. That's a fucking fan. A nigga that can get as close as possible, putting themselves in the mix.
And I'm gonna tell you this: the niggas
Shit.
that it's so many niggas out there that's doing it because they gotta do it. You hear me? Not because they a fan of it.
I respect
Shit,
that.
it's niggas dying every day.
Facts.
Yo, question though, right? Do we ask like the historians who document in ancient Rome to say, yo, you actually have to be from like ancient Rome to like document the histories and the stories that like, took place? No, right? We say, yo, these people are historians. Without them, we wouldn't know like what went on in ancient Rome, right? So like
I
he's a
don't believe
historian.
everything that I see, and I love.
Flacco's making a statement with the form of an assumption, because you don't know what everybody believes. Just because they put them documentaries out and that information out there, that doesn't mean everybody takes that for that like it's a fact. So you're not in everybody's brain to even know how they feel about that stuff. So that was a weak statement Flacco made.
Like history,
Yeah.
watching like ancient Egypt and shit like that, Nefertiti and things like that, and then to say that certain things got erased and all this extra shit.
Yeah.
Man, I don't believe 75 to 80% of that shit.
They're needed though, right?
They got a ground base of it, and the rest of it's all filler.
Right, okay.
You know what I'm saying? They got a nice ground base of a few facts, and they start building the house with bullshit.
But that's not what I'm trying to do, though. I'm genuinely trying to deliver the truth, bro. And I feel like if you watch the Von documentary, at no point do I just say, like, I make shit up and I say, like, Von killed 30 people and I'm not going to name any of them. Like, that documentary is like, yo, Von rapped he killed 7 people. He tweeted in 2012 that he killed 5 people. Like, we got his 7 Chicago Tribune articles of real murders that took place. Here's Von 17 minutes after the murder tweeting who died, LOL. Like, again, I'm just saying, like, look, these are the facts. These are all the things that Von said, rapped, tweeted. Here are the Chicago Tribune articles, and you can kind of make your mind up yourself. But like, Von wasn't capping. Von was rapping, I killed 7 people, and I don't think he was capping. And if you think that me as a white guy from England shouldn't be able to talk about this stuff, like, that's fair enough. And you know, I respect your opinion on that.
And I'm gonna research this because I always say this. I feel like Trap Lord Ross have the right to do all that great work that he do. If that information is out there for him to pull it out and put it together, then he got that right to do that. Somebody should have never gave him that information to put it together. But stop saying what's more than likely and seems like and this and this and that. Why don't you just put your great body of work out there and start saying, this is my theory, but you can let me know what you think. Do you guys believe that he did this? What's going on? You leave no room for nothing. Like, it's not being great. Like, you know, it's not being fair. It's almost being one-sided. And that's why it seems like you guys be bashing. You know? Leave some room. If you want to create the conversation, create the conversation. But leave some room for everybody to have an opinion or take what they take from it. When you sell these things and you out here delivering these statements and comments and documentaries, like it's just a whole body of work that's 98% of truth, then that's where it goes left, you know?
At the same time, like, I feel like just as a fan, like there's a million people making videos about their favorite rappers, their favorite situations, things in the news. At the same time, it's like you see people on the news reporting on this Israel-Gaza thing, right? It's like that's been big news, whether it's CNN or the BBC. And people don't say like, oh, you know, these reporters should have to be from Israel or Gaza to like report on this stuff, it's kind of like, I feel like as a reporter, like my loyalty is with the story and to just try and like put the truth out there and to try and do the best research I can. But at the same time, bro, like at no point do I claim to be from the streets, have any affiliation with the streets. And I really don't condone like the gang lifestyle. Like, you know, if I could preach positivity.
But you wrap a lot of your work around it, you know?
Yeah.
The politics,
but
and, the things that are going on. Like, it's not really surface level hip hop media or anything like that. It goes in depth where it starts to talk about a person's deep character.
I mean, that's true, but I feel like with Von, for example, right? Like, let's be real.
Lived like
but no, facts. I agree, but that's why.
Even try to analyze and even put through your fucking eyes to say like, okay, I can kind of see why this man took place. This is as far. I mean, shit, I done went far, but yeah, that shit's kind of extra. Real street niggas ain't doing that, or just being able to, determine the two. Just separate the two and understanding. You're just bringing it from just one eyeball, bro. Like just coming in like, oh, I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan of it. So now I'm just going to go grab shit off Google and all the extra shit. I want to hear a real street nigga do a document, like a really document, like, and not even myself, because I don't do it, but just somebody.
It'll never happen.
Won't do it,
It'll never happen.
Do it,
It'll never happen because any street dude that does anything like that is a snitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it will actually never happen. That's the ironic thing is that,
So
like,
would you consider yourself like the modern day snitch?
I don't think I'm a snitch because I'm a reporter, bro. I'm like a journalist, a newspaper reporter.
But if the next nigga did it, you already know that he's gonna be considered a snitch.
I wouldn't consider him a snitch, but his own community would consider him a snitch. And I would say that that's wrong.
But do you feel like they consider you one?
No.
I feel like a lot of people wrongfully consider me a snitch. Like, for example,
why you say no, Flavio?
with the YSL thing.
He's not from the streets, so how can he be a snitch?
And I'm not involved. That's the thing. Like you say, you.
See, this is what people got to stop confusing when they say they come from the streets. He can't be a snitch though. Being a snitch is just anybody that's, like if you just putting yourself in people's business. Like if you're an innocent person that's innocent and get victimized, you're elderly grandparent, somebody does something to you, snatch your purse, that's not snitching. That's that's the goal. But when you say that you're going to participate in crime, or when you're going to go do some research or some homework to put that out, then you are doing the police job. You're not just telling because you're an innocent civilian person and someone actually did something to you. You're inserting in situations that has nothing to do with you. And then turn around and try to say, hey, I'm not snitching. But what does it have to do with you? So even police can get called police snitches. Like if a police tell on another cop, they're going to call them a snitch. So quit acting like the whole term and the whole being a teller and the tattleteller and all that is just a whole code of the streets. Now, yeah, in the streets, that's where you hear it being broadcasted the most. But you can't be that in nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like Adam just fired Lush on that same stage that they all on the No Jumper News because he said Lush told on him to AD and everybody on this live stream about what he told him personally. He called him a blabbermouth, big mouth, can't hold water. It's tattletelling. But these are civilians, podcaster, journalists, people that work in the same place, co-workers, however. But Adam still had a problem with Lush for running his mouth. Called him all kind of names. So being a snitch is on you. That's just like if we was two civilians and we chose to go say, hey, let's go steal a bottle of liquor so we could get drunk at the beach. And we get caught up and I tell him, yeah, my friend said we should go get the beer or whatever from the store and steal it and all this. I'm still snitching. It has nothing to do with me and my friend not coming from the streets.
I just think I should be on the ground with the people
But
speaking to them.
But
then I am going to be a snitch.
Why involve yourself in any of it?
Because I'm a fan, because this stuff is on Billboard charts. If this was like some random
You a fan
rapper...
of niggas dying.
Hell no. I was devastated. I'm devastated people
He
dying.
killed 7 niggas. That is not the title on there.
The songs are though.
His songs
on number
are.
15,
Dirk.
but I'm just saying, you go more in depth though Trap Lord. Am I correct, right or wrong?
Well, the thing is, I'm analyzing lyrics on songs that are on Billboard charting albums. So I feel like that's in the public domain. Like, that's in the public space. I'm not reading his journal that he was writing himself. Like, I'm reading the lyrics of his songs that are on Genius.com and on the Billboard charts. So it's like, for me, I feel like it's fair game. Once that shit's mainstream, it's for everyone.
Speaking of fair game, to switch over, so I feel like you've answered enough. What do you feel about Flocko saying he made the most impact?
All right, so that was it. Thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to like the video if y'all was interested in it. And don't forget to subscribe if you a new viewer. Share the video if you into trying to share the message a little bit more. However, shout out to Sharp, shout out to Trap Lord Ross, RP Devon, everybody. And don't forget to let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Keep it a Benji for me. If not, don't jump in them. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. I'm out.